Okay, so we're right into it here. Big series between Hera and Sebastian. But before we get the intro out of the way, very curious on how Sebastian chooses to play this. Warlords is a 9-villager start, which with the Mayans means you would start with 10 with the additional villager. And this map is usually all about like the hunt in the middle. And you could already tell with Hera's approach that he's going to want to push the ostrich as quickly as possible. Khmer can skip the barracks and just go like super fast scouts, super fast archer range. Basically what Hera doesn't want to do, he doesn't want to mill here, ever. Now, Sebastian, I've seen him play this map before with Goths, and he loves to be in the middle. He likes to make lots of militia. But so far, no movement to come out here with an eagle. Look at Hera. Hera thinks he's going to be pushed away from this. He's actually brought a vill. This is really cool. He's brought a villager and is going to simultaneously push in another ostrich at the same time. He is expecting militia or an eagle. And like I said earlier in the day in the other cast, as long as you can get super fast archers, get enough food to go fast feudal, then you can be okay against the militia approach. So I'm actually surprised. I think you should use the eagle. I think you should try and block the scout and maybe even bring a villager and prevent Hera from getting any of the hunt. Then mill behind it. If Sebastian's not doing that, maybe Sebastian's just not... Yeah, he's not taking the middle at all. I think it would have been really foolish for Sebastian to just let Hera push the hunt. So it's not bad that Hera guessed incorrectly here. Hera's getting exactly what he wants. He's just getting all the food. So... And both players just going to build the mill on the outside. So no real risk being taken here. Actually, look at Sebastian's base. If he's expecting heavy pressure here from Hera with scouts, you could actually wall this way and this way pretty easily. Protect some gold in here. Protect the 2 areas of berries. Protect the wood line. This is an amazing map. But I look at Hera's as well. Hera has the same opportunities. So also has the gold and the stone back here. And can wall up quite a bit. But I'll go up quick here. Grunty First Aid, thanks for the 50 months. Dugan, welcome back. Thank you. Crusade, thank you. What's up, guys? Cloud says, how's Nikov doing since TTL? Any news? Yeah, he's healthy again. He's, I think, doing very well. He qualified for the Brazilian land. He also was playing in the qualifier for this one. It didn't end up making the main event. But yeah, Nikov, he was going through it, but... As far as I know, he's doing really good. Kind of you to ask. Hera pushing in as much food as possible yet again. And just not the biggest fan of the wood line, but that's mainly in comparison to what Sebastian got. Sebastian just truthfully got a better map here. Especially if he wants to play towards the walls. But I don't think he had enough information to decide on his whole build based around his map. I think he just doesn't want to take any risks against Hera. He doesn't want to be in the middle. Both players, 0 scouting intel. They're just like taking all the food they can, and then they're going to adapt later on. It's funny. You watch players who are like 50th in the world play this map, and it's pure chaos. Oh, it's worth the risk. Go to the middle. Fight, fight, fight. You look at 2 top 5 players. They're like, I take 0 risk. Thank you. I am going to chill. And believe in myself to play safe and hope the other guy takes the risks. Will be a stable from Hera. If it's not a stable, I'll be very surprised. It could be an archer range in theory, but you got to play aggressively with scouts, surely. And now is his time in Feudal Age to move forward. Find Sebastian, see what Sebastian's up to. Sebastian is really taking his time. And actually misses the ostrich there, but he still has food underneath the TC. And Hera will always win this fight. If it's Scout v Eagle, but it'll be close. And the Eagle can actually heal up in the TC. Very surprised that Sebastian chose to play this way. I thought he would really deny the hunt from Hera, stop down the fast feudal age time that the Khmer are so good at. But you have the extra vill permanently, so Hera's under some pressure to get the damage. We've seen Hera do this exact same situation so many times, right? He doesn't go aggressive. He's like, come at me, bro. And he just survives and survives and survives. He's also done that a lot himself with the Mayans. And Sebastian hasn't scouted, but he can correctly guess that it's going to be scouts from Hera. He sees the scouts. Thing is, though, Sebastian needs to full wall. Like, you cannot allow Hera to run past here. All of this needs to be walled. And, well, Hera's thinking about it. Hera can also see the flag on the TC too, so he knows that Eagle is just healing up. It's like 1 HP. It's so slow. It's like 1 HP every... Maybe someone in chat knows the math on it. I mean, it's still a weak Eagle in there, but 1 HP every now and then is still better than nothing. Hera will go for the archer range, needing some skirmishers now. Interesting, he actually had the villagers in the middle. So he'll actually run away now. I don't think he'll end up losing the Vill, and he dove in. Man, it's so crazy to me. The year's 2026. I've been saying it for 10 years. People still don't full wall in front of the TC. Especially now, because town centers are so... I mean, it's more difficult for them to hit than it was pre-definitive edition. Oh, Sebastian tries to get a trap, and it doesn't work out. Good and bad for Hera here. If he loses these units, it ends up kind of hurting him. But he's forcing a lot of reactions from Sebastian. And he's also forcing spearmen into his skirmishers. So I think Sebastian would never have wanted these units to be in. Hera, though, loses the scout. And he does have some defense. And now Hera's losing the scouts here as well. Now it's Sebastian's turn. Hera's not fully walled. And Hera ends up getting away. Sebastian doesn't get the trap. So, okay, little pass into his opponent's base. First kill of the game happens on the scout. Sebastian still is the villager lead, but the amount on food is a bit of a concern. Thing is, he doesn't need that much food income with the Mayans. You're just making archers, usually. And, the berries are here as well, so you could just stack up more villagers on the mill. I think a lot of players will see Hera on skirms, and they'll say, okay, he's got me now. And they just stop producing. Hera says RY. I don't think there was a pause, but if there was a pause, maybe he said ready, or maybe he's misclicked or something. I don't know. But I think Sebastian should get fletching and push. Like, Hera's just going to greed out here. He's going to skip his upgrades and try and get a really fast cast age. I think you should just try and guess here that Hera is going to play pretty greedy. There go the archers. What does RY mean? Oh, spearman attack. There's some weak scouts in here, but they can still get some good value. Honestly, I think Sebastian's very happy with that, and I think he's going to be very happy with this as well. Hera has his army on the other side. Sebastian obviously knows that. The archers are coming in with fletching. Hera is Khmer, so he can hop inside of the houses. It's going to be some idle time here, but there's the blacksmith. So Sebastian knows. He's like, oh, you don't even have fletching yet? Kind of a crazy decision for Hera to place the blacksmith here. Lots of map control for Sebastian. Lots of harassment here. But still a very, very, very small army. And skirms, even without the upgrades, can always chase this down. Hera at least has the numbers. Sebastian, fletching investment doesn't do too much. Hera drops a nice little house there just to block the units off, and Hera might end up defending against this army anyhow. He fires, and then he runs at the units, which is very smart. You don't want this army to get away, and Sebastian will end up losing everything here. Pretty big investment. Like, fletching upgrade didn't give him any value, and the scouts of the skirms get the kill. So again, it's like, I'm always like, you gotta ask questions of him. You gotta try and do some damage against him, and then you're like, man, why did I do it at all? End up second-guessing yourself a little bit. Khmer are just so good because the farming eco is so fast. And then he already had that food at the start, so, like, this is exactly what Hera wants. And Hera will be on the way to Castle Age much faster here. But, like, what do you do with your Castle Age advantage? Your base is still open, so you could have some concerns if you get attacked. So you might want to boom. And that could work, but you only have 6 skirmishers. Skirmishers can't win you games, at least to kill villagers. And the eco for Sebastian's still pretty much untouched. And Sebastian going to stay on archers here, which might seem a little bad for some of you guys, but if you mix in eagles or you mix in siege, it could still work really well against the skirms. And Hera could overextend as well, but I think he's still fine. He's going to scout the map right now. Big boost of score. But, like, finding these woodlines and golds can be really good if it becomes a chaotic game later. And Hera will see the second archer range, and now he knows that it's a double commit into archers for Sebastian. Is there anyone watching for the first time today? Anybody? Hope so. It's always nice. Welcome in. Glad you could make it. Might not be the longest stream ever. First series was really, really fast. Gandalf is here. Gandalf? What? Gandalf and Benny Risa? What? The Benny Risa? That's even more exciting than Gandalf. Welcome. Thanks. Glad you could make it. Clouds Ninja? Yep, definitely never been here before. Welcome. Thanks, guys. Eagles get that immediate stat boost once they make it to the next stage, which could be helpful against the skirms, but with no real armor upgrades, I don't expect them to pose a threat. Sebastian trying to move forward here. This is risky. Hera's in Castle Age. Sebastian has to back away. I think he has to delete a house here, to be honest. I would have gone this way. I would have deleted a house, and I would have run around this way. This gives Hera an easier opportunity. Oh, man, Sebastian just ran right into him. That's so bad for Sebastian. Oh, no! No, he meant to delete the palisade wall, and he deletes his archer range, and oh, my God, that's horrible. This is the thing, like, for Sebastian, I've seen it against Hera, I've seen it against Leary. His start can be a little shaky against the top two in the world. And, oh, man, that's so painful. Unfortunately, the safe delete feature doesn't... You can't, like, select what buildings it applies to. A lot of people have it turned off because it can be annoying at times. I don't actually know if safe delete applies to the archer range. I don't delete too many of my archer ranges. I'm actually known for building them. But, yeah, that's awful. Losing the archers hurts. That was horrible. But then you lose a range, and, like, now you're just stuck. And you can't even use siege that effectively because Hera has the knights here. Sebastian does find a good moment, but the knights can always take down that mangonel with three of them there. And Sebastian tried his best with the repairs. Not sure Hera should actually run in here, but he's going to. Crossbows are still there. It's still a lot of focus on Sebastian. Again, Sebastian not being fully walled underneath the town center. It's still the same issue from before, hurting him. But yeah, that's why Hera should not have run in there, in my opinion. You got to conserve the knights. Town centers are still pretty strong. Oh, yeah, true. Do you guys remember Sebastian tried to delete palisades? And he deleted 8 docks instead. He accidentally deleted all the docks in his control group on a water map. It was crazy. Yeah, there, I think he tried to click the palisade wall, and he clicked the archer range. But sometimes, let's say you have your units selected, and you want to go, like, click this wall and delete, but then you don't click the wall, and you click the ground. You still have your units selected, and then you'll delete the units. This will be in a YouTube video. There was a game where, I think it'll be up in, like, a week. A player deleted 40 cav archers. Just keep an eye out. It's a really funny game. A really good game. And then he immediately said, don't upload it to YouTube. So I'm that asshole. But it was a good game. I can't help it he deleted his units. It was a really good game. He was like, please. Please don't show YouTube. I mean, Sebastian's actually done a really good job of holding on here. That was it could not have been really a worse moment for him, but he's still on 2 town centers. He has good eco upgrades, and crossbow and mangonel is the comp that can work. Hera's eco isn't quite at the point where he can make enough knights to always consistently dive and hit the siege. But imagine if Sebastian had 2 range production. If that's 20 crossbowmen, Hera definitely can't dive. Hera loses skirms once, and it's only knights, and then monk and crossbow becomes very dangerous. I think it says a lot about Sebastian, too. I know Hera's obviously got the lead right now. It says a lot about him that he could have that mistake and not completely crumble. I would be dead. Very nice hold. Hera would have wanted to conserve those knights, though. I think he should not have believed the game was over right there. And one mistake, again, those skirmishers could get flattened by the mangonel. Hera's food eco looking insane, though. And that's what Khmer really good at. He's got the vills on berries, and he's got the farms active. Needs to keep the knights active as well. He's trying to pick off reinforcements of crossbows, but mainly the siege right now. It's actually good for Sebastian. There's still Hunt in the middle, because he can see the movement to know if Hera's around. It actually could be detrimental, because Hera can also know where he's at. Like, Hera knows the units are moving because of the way the Zebra and the Ostrich are moving. So both players will have that information. Yeah, there's Hera checking for siege. There's no siege. Hera's skirm micro needs to be good, though. Actually noticing that Hera's going to need gold. He does have more gold in the back. He's got to move from this gold over to either this one or this one. But Sebastian pushing him. Very close game. Very, very close game. Hera getting +2 armor. That's where the difference really starts to shine with these knights. And there's no monks on the field yet for Sebastian. He is going to try that. Sebastian will drop TC number 3. See how Hera is preventing Sebastian from regrouping with any more army? It's exactly what you want to do in these situations. And then his skirms are just keeping him busy, just running around, right? Yo, Ninja, we don't need to time people out if they're typing the same message multiple times. It's all good. It's all good. Just let it ride. It was like 2 or 3 times. It's all good. Knights moving. Gold count's pretty low for Sebastian as well, to be honest. Mangonels going there. Sebastian could see that gold. Does he? I feel like he doesn't know about it. He doesn't know about it, yeah. He doesn't actually have an easy way of getting a lot of gold in his mind. Which is huge. He's going to have to sell at the market then. He's backing up. He sees Hera has the +2 on the knights. And this is now where the Khmer just fly. Because their farms are going burr. And the numbers of farms are much higher. I don't know if this is going to be good enough for Sebastian. The monks as well are just not in the position they need to be. He could lose one of them. The siege is going to get sniped. He does convert a knight. He wanted a bit more map control, and Sebastian doesn't see the gold. He doesn't see the gold. Canadian Ninja, you can time out the first-time chatter who showed up and said power tripping mod. You can time him out if you want. Freaking Twitch chat, bro. I asked my mod not to do something. Some guy who's never chatted before. Oh, the mods here. The mods here, they wield so much unnecessary power. You can time him out. You can stick around, Damien. It's all for jokes, but... That's so funny. Yeah, this is where Khmer are just ridiculous, right? The farms don't drop off at TCs or mills, and it's just so efficient. And now Hera doesn't actually have to play that many gold units, too. When you have this much food income, you can play skirms at light cav. And when Sebastian thinks he needs the gold, okay, he sees it here. But still, when his base is exposed, there could be cav everywhere. I think the one win condition you can really lean towards now if you're Sebastian, and it's tough, you just wait for Imp. So you have to conserve your mass, hope that because you're not spending food, like Hera is, that you can hit a good Imp time. But Hera's spending food, and the Imp time is still going to be realistic. Damn. The Monk is going to bring back the Relic. That'll be Relic number 2. And TC on the back. I think Sebastian's worried about the raid. Things have calmed down a little bit. Couldn't really tell if Hera's going to go Imp or get more upgrades. I think it can still be both. Again, with Khmer, this becomes a very, very easy game to play now. But Hera had to work to get here, obviously. Sebastian's got a lot of exposed eco. Hera sees the army in there. He would love to dive on this. This definitely feels like Sebastian's going Imp, right? He's turtling up. He's waiting. And yeah, he's going to hope for Bracer and Arbalest and everything so we can use one army to kill 2 with stronger tech. This is not Sebastian making any mistakes from here. This is the only way that he wins this game, is to just hope he reaches him faster. And Hera sees that, and Hera says, I can do that too. And he'll be on the way to Imp. Starting to expand a little bit, finding some villas that built outposts around. Sebastian needs more than 2 archer ranges, though. You need to go up to 4, which I'm sure he'll do. Yeah, there we go. You need more production. And then you need a castle. The thing is, he feels so far behind, he probably doesn't want a defensive castle. So he probably is hoping he's going to reach Imp, win a fight, and then drop like a forward castle on Hera's face. But if you see a good position you need to protect, you could drop a castle here as well. I'm curious what Sebastian will choose to do. Hera doesn't know where the army is. The Light Cav are chosen to go for the raids. And Monk will be spotted. Sebastian did get 2 relics. Hera has 0. But that Monk will go down. And the Light Cav will find the TC in the back. Hera now brings the other army in this way at the same time. Snipes another Monk. Light Cav can run in. Hera sees the crossbowmen are here now. So he can easily do this. It's just so much army from Hera. It doesn't stop the 3rd relic from coming in. But is that really that big of a deal right now? Relics are not going to win you this game if you're Sebastian. You need to have map control. And he needs a big army. And his army is just not really that big. He doesn't have an easy answer to skirms. The siege has never really worked out. The siege workshop is now gone. And Hera doesn't want to get trapped in here or anything. You do need to respect the TC somewhat, but I like that fight. Kill off a couple crossbowmen. Force some idle time for Sebastian when your eco's not idle at all. And I think now that Hera sees Imp, he might choose to drop a couple defensive castles. But, dude, his Imp time's so good. Hera can actually go double blacksmith upgrades. I would go 2 blacksmiths here and get armor for both. I get armor for my Cav, and I get armor for the skirms. But realistically, all he needs is the skirms. The Cav is just gravy. It's just extra. The Cav is the game finisher, I guess. The Cav is the protection if the opponent makes a switch into Eagles. And yeah, you'll see the armies dance here a little bit. But once Hera gets the skirm armor, it'll be 1 damage a hit from these crossbows that aren't even arbalest yet. The Hera's starting to stack castles on the sides of the map to control. And Sebastian's now has to back away again. So now it's like, okay, I got to Arb. I was hoping that Arb would win the game. That doesn't win the game. Now you need to wait even more, and you need to drop barracks, and you need to go into Eagles. You have to, because you can't push this now. So you got to wait more. Of course, that gives more time for Hera to lock down the map. And then the Cavalier become a factor again, or maybe even elephants. Honestly, Sebastian has played, he's made all the right decisions since that big mistake. But he just, because of that mistake, he never was able to pressure Hera enough. And you gotta pressure anyone who's playing the Khmer, but especially Hera, because the eco can just expand so fast, and they have so much mobility on a really open map. Mayans are just so slow. And they need to play with 1 big army through the middle, and that has to be enough typically. Eagle upgrades are going to be tough. I'm not seeing Sebastian on enough golds. He obviously is 24 on gold, but is that enough gold around? A lot of this gold is still not gold that he can take. Should be a very easy game for Hera from here, I think. Because he's under no pressure, he should check this area, which he'll do. He should check this area. Like, these are all things that are expected now. And he should play full Cav. Sebastian's going to move out. It's not Elite Eagle yet, so these are still Castle Age Eagles. Down here, Sebastian converted one of Hera's outpost vills. And Hera just waiting until he sees anything. Hera feels like he cannot lose this game unless he's surprised. Cavalier will kill the Monk and get revenge. Hera will drop a castle here just to secure that position. Yep, there's the lead eagle, though, for Sebastian. You really have to get the unique tech. Chat, what is the Mayan unique tech called that gives the extra HP to eagles? This is not a quiz. This is a question. What's it called, chat? What's it called? El Dorado. Yes, thank you. They changed it. It's Hawkins now, but, like, is El Dorado for freaking 20 plus years, so I probably will continue to say it. But they changed the name. Apparently, it's more historically accurate. But yes, that's a tech you need. You just... That 40 HP jump in Eagles is too important. So again, I think Sebastian needs to back up and try and max out. Hera does complete this castle. I actually think Hera should mix in elephants here. He's got the gold control for it. I think mixing in 5 or 10 elephants is going to be a big help. All right, let's see. Still more upgrades needed for Sebastian, and there's El Dorado on the way. It's funny. I didn't actually know they actually made the change. I read a Reddit thread from this person who felt very strongly. Is like, it needs to be changed. It doesn't even make any sense. It's not historically accurate, blah, blah, blah. And I read the thread and I was like, well, thank God the devs aren't listening to that guy. Then the patch came out and I looked at it and I went to hover over El Dorado and it said the same name that the Reddit post said. And I was like, oh, what do they do? It's not that big a deal. But I just said El Dorado 10,000 times in my life. It's going to take some time to get used to the change. Sebastian, he's just in this constant state of he can fight because he's going to lose the fight, and then he needs to fall back. Still trying to max out. Unfortunately, though, the Khmer, they have another level, and that's the Ellies. Hera, don't be lame and make more Cavalier. Get Elite Battle Elephant and get Tusk Swords. And make some freaking Ellies, dude. He's queuing up some hand cannons. It's kind of cool how the hand cannons are in the skirms like that. Okay, here's the full army. Elite Ballista Elephant. All right, so Hera's going to go Elite Ballista. That wasn't the elephant I was thinking. That's actually much harder to get to. I mean, these are El Dorado Eagles here, and that's a lot of arbs. And Sebastian does have 4 relics. Surprised that he's going for ballistas. If you mass enough ballistas, and you get double crossbow, which is another tech you definitely need to get then, they'll kill everything that the Mayans make. So here they come. But that means you need a whole nother list of upgrades. Like, this unique tech is way more expensive than you realize. Also, siege engineers is an option too. But we got the ballistas on the way. Ballistas on the way. Sebastian, 50 on gold. How? Oh, yeah, he's got a lot of vills on these gold mines that are about to run out. But he does have this gold up here, which Hera really needed to deny. Sebastian is giving himself a really good shot. Damn. Guys, I played a game the other day. It's like a practice game for a tournament, right? It was Khmer against like Jurchens or something. Yeah, it was Jurchens. I lost 450 villagers that game, but I made 120 ballista elephants, and I just never lost them. The map eventually ran out of wood, and I won. Yeah, I lost like almost 500 vills. I was just patrolling my Ellies back and forth, and then if I saw he was taking wood, I used the ballistas against the wood. It was ridiculous. It was also like one more practice game before we stop, and then the game never ended. It was crazy. We should have stopped, to be honest. Hera's got time now. Double crossbows in. Oh, man, that's a crazy tech. He still doesn't really have the biggest mass of these elephants, but they're just damn expensive, man. They're really expensive. But I think Hera's getting close to the numbers where even against the Hulk and Eagles, the Eagles are going to go down pretty quickly. Gold control is going to be an issue for both because everything's so costly here. And I don't know, like, Hera's got them all spread out randomly. They're not really working together here. He also lost a lot of hand cannons. And he's starting to lose his castle. I don't think Elite Ballista Elephant was the play. Hera, I think, thought he had won the game. But El Dorado, as I'm still choosing to call it, is winning. I mean, he never had over 20 on screen. He always had like 10, 12. They're like, some are walking, some are standing. I think he thought his game was won. He'll lose this castle now. That gives Sebastian more map control. Hera's also not attacking with his Cavalier. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hera got too confident. There's also Eagles in the back. Again, like, look, one Battle Elephant can go chase this down, take a really good fight. One Ballista Elephant can. And Hera resigns! He's getting raided to death. He threw going for Ballista Elephants. It was far too expensive, and he can't produce anything more. Game goes from 0 to 100. And he gets flattened. Wow. Oh, man, he had full control in that game. I gotta say, though, Sebastian did a hell of a job. Sebastian, he was playing it so patiently. He just waited. He waited. He waited. He still found golds. He still got 4 relics. I thought Hera was going to go for siege or battle elephants. He just never did. Ballista elephants was not the call. Had to be elite battle elephant there. And also at some point, Hera needed to push him. Hera just kind of waited a very long time. And I mean, the only trebs I saw from Hera, it was like 1 treb up here. So maybe overestimated his position, underestimated Sebastian. Sebastian, I said it, he starts off, he makes a lot of military units. Ended the game with like 80 military units right there. Hera, 10k more food collected. Sebastian, 6k. How does that happen? How does Sebastian get 6,000 more gold in this game when Hera had full map control? He was sneaky with it, man. This gold, this gold, this gold. He was on a lot of golds. Damn. GG. We got game number 2. We've got Sebastian won the first game. Now, this game should be a little bit more relaxed than the previous, so we have some time to break things down. We've got Cenotes here, which is a slightly different version. And basically, you've got these little ponds. They actually matter. The weird thing is there's not a lot of food value here. There's a little bit of food value, but then there's the gold. So gold from the oysters. This means that you're unlikely to see the players build a mining camp for a while. So they'll play with gold units without mining the gold, essentially. Now, I practiced this map with players. None of the players that are in the main event. They don't want to waste their time practicing with me. But like for the qualifier and stuff. And I really don't like the pawn spawns in terms of fairness. It just can be awkward. Like Hera's pawns are pretty far out here, dude. Like that's pretty easy to spot for Sebastian. Sebastian just feels like this is a little bit safer. I mean, it is far away. But just something to think about. But that's just how the map generates. And Hera will recognize that. Hera's gone for the way. And Sebastian has gone for the shoe. Will Hera know the way? Or is Sebastian a shoe in for game number 2? Sorry, the jokes will only get better. Cassio, first-time chatter here. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow and everything. Says, can someone explain to me why AoE 2 is so much more played in comparison to AoE 4? I'm going to give you an explanation. Chat, don't minus 7k me right now. Don't minus 7k me, okay? There's new people here. They're asking questions. They don't know what that means. Here's the deal. So you're asking an Age of Empires 2 streamer. You're asking a guy who's dedicated his life to a game that came out 28 years ago why another game isn't good. So I say this with some bias, okay? But I play Age of Empires 2 because it's a great game, because it's an elite game, because it's like an all-time game. And I don't know as much about AoE 4. I did try it and play it and stuff. I'm sure it's a good game. But I personally, I don't play a lot of good games. Good games don't, like, you know, get me crazy. I play elite games. So that's how I see it. Age of Empires 2 is just a masterpiece. That's what I feel. It's just, there's so many good things about it, and I'll leave it at that. So, Muffmaster says people can play multiple games. Yeah, I get that. I'm not saying you can't, but like, I think Age of Empires 2 just has a beautiful amount of like nostalgia and depth and strategy, and I mean, it has its issues, but that's my feeling as an Age of Empires 2 guy. So, now Hera is walking out pretty far here. Now, this is a far walk, but it might end up being pretty good because Sebastian might not notice that. Actually, saying that, Sebastian did notice this, but he didn't see a dock. He's looking for Hera's initial dock, which he will find here. And you can't really justify docking their little puddles here because you could garrison the fishing ships and fire arrows. So that for now, the pawns are safe. What I find is actually insanely good on this map, and I think this is why we've seen Sebastian's Civ choice. I think mangonels are insane because you can actually push the docks. And of course, because people play crossbows and stuff too. And Shu have faster moving siege, so I think good archers if you want to play archers, good skirms, but also faster moving siege. It could put Hera under some bit of pressure. And Hera just going to snag his eco upgrades. You get additional vills with your eco upgrades with the way, but nothing really aggressive about it. Most players are just walling and adding fishing ships. The Hera will see that vill, but there's a spearman here from Sebastian, so pretty good start for Sebastian. I'm not sure how I feel about the way, but I think if you can play like skirms and Janbei's, it could be good. But Sebastian's walling a bit better than Hera. Sebastian has 2 docks. Hera does as well now. Hera also got fishing lines, I think, right? Did he get it? No, he didn't. Did Sebastian get it? Sebastian got it. Interesting. So fishing lines is kind of new, and that increases the efficiency of fishing ships. So they nerfed the efficiency of fishing ships and then added that tech. Sebastian's really well prepped. I thought Hera might get it, if nothing else, just to get the additional Vil. I think he should, right? It's definitely a good play. Like, there's definitely instances with Hera. It's like, strategically, I have some questions. Obviously, winning kind of cures all questions. But realistically, I do think that at least the build here looks pretty well executed from Sebastian. I mean, there's not many big differences because it's 0 to 0 KD. It's just the way the game's going to flow. Sebastian will be walled a little bit faster and is playing in towards a couple archers, and Hera's archery range was quite late here. See, Hera garrisons the dock. Sebastian's maybe looking for that villager there. Interesting as well, Sebastian actually backs up because he knows Hera has the range. Game 1 taught him that he's going to probably lose his archers against Hera's skirms. This is what I mean, like, now Hera's commanding a little bit more respect. I wonder if Hera will get fletching and whatnot. He didn't in the previous game. And yeah, we've got the skirms here. Hera will house wall. The archer's just backed away for Sebastian. I'm telling you, he wants crossbow Mankno. Chat pointing out Hera has played a lot of Warcraft 3 recently. So that must be the reason to blame for game number 1, right? There can be no other reason. It has nothing to do with Elite Ballista Elephant. Warcraft made him research Elite Ballista Elephant. They have elephants in that game, right? I don't think they do. I think there's probably not anything remotely close to it, but... yeah, we're going to see market use from Sebastian. Very similar to the previous game. He likes to sell 100 stone just to give him the boost. Never all of it. There is a hole in the back for Sebastian. I'm going to make things interesting. If Hera runs in here with anything but the scout in this game, I'll give 20 subs to the stream. This hole doesn't matter. And I'm putting some money on the line. That is so far away. I don't think Hera will make it through. And, okay, actually, no. I'm going to make the bet even bolder. Now that the scout's dead, any unit, I don't care what it is, I don't think any units will run in there. But maybe I'm wrong. Sebastian runs in with the scout. Now, because Hera doesn't have his scout, he doesn't know exactly how much Sebastian's committing, but I think the weaknesses of Sebastian's Civ makes it very easy to know. Sebastian's Civ does not have very good cavalry, so Sebastian, unlikely he's ever going to go into a stable, so... Hera now grabbing the fishing lines upgrade himself. Again, I think Hera should have had a bigger Vil lead, but I don't know how much fishing lines actually increases the efficiency. It's a weird map because you're going to finish your gold now, and now you need to go from planning around having these fishing ships on gold to then having them be your food by adding fish traps. And even then, it's a little bit risky because if you have them on fish traps, then you could still get mangonelled. Look at this, guys. Hera's going this way. Oh, but he goes this way now. I think Sebastian doesn't want to move out. They could have run into each other there. Sebastian's going to be sneaky. I think Wei are definitely an easier civ to play the longer the game goes. Like, you just have a more diverse tech tree. Shu are very one-dimensional. Archers and Siege. Very good, and one of the best civs with Archers and Siege. Sebastian's scout's still alive. We had 1 kill in this game, guys. So similar to the previous game. When the best are up against each other, so much is happening, and yet it results in so little engagements in Feudal Age, it feels like. A Hera will go Siege defense, and he'll go for town centers. Sebastian will see that TC. And Sebastian shows up to the dock. And so, yeah, the fishing ships for Hera are... they're just garrison. Hera's going to make a demo there. Hoping the crossbows go on the shoreline. And obviously, Sebastian is expecting the skirms, and he will see the skirms. She'll have a bonus, right? Foot archers +2 line of sight. How good is that against skirms? Huh? You can see it, bro. My bonuses. That's fine. Actually, no armor upgrades for Hera. So maybe he saw that Hera didn't research any armor and he could just take down the skirms anyways. But yeah, you just very difficult for you to get jumped on by skirms because you should see it from a ways away. And here comes the siege. Hera, I think, will want to bank up that stone. If you can get to Tiger Cav, it could be really strong. Lots of farm transitions for Hera. Needs eco upgrades. Both for the benefit of the eco upgrades, but you also still get the additional vil. I think Hera is planning for life without these fish. A lot of other players probably can't get away with that because you're just giving up an economic position, but I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll see. It's so tough. You know, you really got to get used to it, but you got to add fish traps for the food. Sebastian will drop TC number 3. Guys, Hera's got 8 skirms, 1 spearman. Nothing else. But, like, Sebastian, I think, is expecting there to be siege from Hera, which he hasn't added at all. If Sebastian actually runs at Hera here, I know it's Hera, but I think he can get some kills. Hera will add his own mangonel now. The thing is like, Hera just microing here means that Sebastian has to put a higher percentage of focus into his push and less focus on his economy, right? But the game is very even. T90, what does Wei do versus unique unit? You mean what does Wei do against the Shu's unique unit? I think they can make He Guang against that. Yeah, I think that's a good option. Hera's going to add a galley over here, just in case. But he still hasn't transitioned into the fish traps. And the mangonel number is pretty high. And it's easier for Sebastian to micro, both because he has way more military, but also because he's faster. Like, look at it. Look how fast. They're Ferrari. Well, not Ferraris. I guess that's Mongols. But this is like your dad's trusted vehicle that's still... It's old, it's wooden, but it's still got some kick to it, you know? Your dad will maintain it. They don't make vehicles like this anymore. My dad's would be the 2 HP mangonel that he keeps repairing. And he refuses to replace. I like the outpost from Sebastian. Man, the micro there from Sebastian is so good. Hera's had very little map control this game. Will he get a shot off that he can actually be happy about? Sebastian continues to get the engagements and 2 mangonels down from Hera. Hera could have some big problems now. Obviously, his game plan probably was to go for a castle, but he definitely needs it now. Look at Sebastian, though. He backs up. Because the reason he backs up is because Hera can hop in with another mangonel, and he's got all this eco that he needs to manage, and it has to be perfect. Hera getting +2 army already. +2, sorry, not army, armor. So he's planning on the Tiger Cav. Will the castle go up? Looks like it will in the back. Tiger Cav are really good against archers. So Sebastian needs to know that that's going to be a switch. And the outpost from Sebastian, that's one of the things he does really well. He did it in the previous game, even when he had no map control. Yeah, now he knows that Tiger Cav could be on the way. And now monks become your best friend. But monks can be so exposed. Look how fast the mangonels are, dude. Look how fast they are. Crazy. You don't realize until they get such a specific bonus. But once you play a map, which is very siege heavy, you realize how good that can be. Yeah, there goes Sebastian. I don't know. Has anyone ever seen Tiger Cav against what are these things called? White feather guards? Like, if Hera moves out, Sebastian sees it everywhere. He's got outposts. He's getting relics. I feel like white feather guards should be all right, especially if you have a couple monks in here. Like, game number 1 isn't an issue. If Hera loses this game, game number 1 isn't even a conversation. It's like, whatever. But, like, the fact that Hera lost that first game and now this game on Sebastian's home map is so good. It's amazing. And Hera just runs right in. He'll lose a couple skirmishers there. The monks are going to be around. Hera needs a better fight than this. Clearing the siege is one thing. You got to clear the army as well. Okay, he does clear all the siege. That's still like 4 mangonels. I think Sebastian's actually okay with that. That's not a problem. You got enough monks to push back the rest of the Tiger Cav. You're still on the way to Imp. He's probably going to make a tech switch anyways, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm just seeing the castle here, and I feel like he will. White Feather Guards have +8 bonus versus Cav. Interesting. Okay, then they should be pretty good. Plus, you still have the monks. Hera's now on the way to Imp, but instead of Imp, as Sebastian goes for some crazy quick walls here. Amazing play from Sebastian. Oh my god. Guys, I've been saying it all year. I was saying it last year as well. I really believe Sebastian is... He is the next big talent in our scene, if not already. But this dude's legit. Taking down Hera would be amazing. It would put him... I mean, both players are going to be in the playoffs. So we'll see them again, but like that would mean that Hera has to get pushed into the round of 12 instead of going directly to a quarterfinal. T90, can you tell us what's an acceptable idle TC number? 0. 0 seconds is the acceptable time. Anything above that is a massive mistake, and anyone who does that is a noob. So Hera and Sebastian are noobs. That's a tough question. Obviously, it's situational. If you're playing a lot of knights, typically as Hera's getting coinage, that's a misclick. If you're playing a lot of knights, it's more likely you're going to have higher idle TC because you're spending a lot of food. With archers, you would want that to be 0. Still archers from Sebastian. And here he is to pressure Hera's eco. Did Hera complete coinage there, guys? Or did he cancel it? Coinage... I'm sure it was canceled. Okay, he canceled it, yeah. He just misclicked it. It does not help him here. Sebastian, 6 relics, guys. 6. Also using the converted Tiger Cav to take down Hera's fish. But notice that when he gets a lead against Hera, he doesn't trust himself to like go full send. Because he's just like, I don't have enough yet. I don't want to throw. I got to be patient here. Arbalest upgrade's about to be in. Hera's still committed to Tiger Cav from 1 castle. He doesn't have 2. And he's building a castle over here. And Sebastian has seen this the whole time. Sebastian's been waiting for Hera to show himself. Sebastian has army over here. Hera's committed to this castle now. He'll bring army over to try and complete it. Sebastian knows the mangonels could pop out here in a desperation attempt, so he backs away, and he split micros, and he double kills the mangonels. Mangonels down. Siege Workshop will go down, and also over here, Sebastian getting a couple conversions to make this even more difficult for Hera. Sebastian playing like an absolute god right now. Now, viewers, this is going to ruin your immersion. These white feather guards, you see how they have that little white feather on their head? If they become elite, the feather is no longer white. I know. It's very sad. But they're still white feather guards. Don't worry, okay? They're still good, and they become even better. You can't ask for a refund. That's just what they are then. The color changes. It's sad. I know. It's very, very sad. Hera can't win this game. Hera can't win this game. His eco is a complete mess. It doesn't feel like he could very easily win this game. Look what Sebastian did. He made a tower. Who spends stone on towers when you can just wall in an archer? What is that? That's crazy. Hera's counter-towering an arbalest walled in with stone. That is a budget tower right there. That's so cool, dude. That is so cool. The thing that Sebastian's got to keep in mind is, like, he's kind of trapped back here. And he still doesn't have elite feather guard. It's only 7 base attack on this unit. So I'm not convinced that this is over. But Hera's still missing a lot of upgrades. And this disrupted all of that healthy eco for him. So Sebastian's still stacking more castles. And will bring more units forward. But yeah, he just needs the elite upgrade. And Hera needs to fight before the elite upgrade comes in. But I don't know if he feels like he can. He's completely surrounded. He's kind of overwhelmed at the moment, it seems like. And Hera, yeah, the feathers are gonna change. And that will spell trouble for Hera. Sebastian will back up. He'll wait until the upgrade. The upgrade's about to hit in the fight. The feathers become red. And here, I think Hera, even if he takes a 50-50 fight, it's not enough because Sebastian's coming from the other side. The Tiger Cav are designed to be good against the archers. I don't think archers and white feather guards are something that he could take down. We even have Coiled Serpent Array. Again, the Shu are just not played that frequently at a high level. The Wei are played all the time. Spearman Line and White Feather Guards gain additional HP when just standing near each other. This is over. Series might not be over. Hera will have to win 3 straight. He can do that, but Sebastian up 2-0. Sebastian very well prepared. Just some of the tiny details at the start of the game. I really liked what we saw from Sebastian here. I felt like his build-up with his economy and the Castle Age approach of playing in towards mangonels for the map was really cool. Again, I don't prepare to the level of these players, but I played like 5 games on this map practicing with people. And any Civ with siege bonuses in the mid-game felt really, really strong. So like we saw a lot of Dravidians. I actually saw a decent amount of Celts. The Shu are a really nice pick because of the faster-moving mangonels as well. And Sebastian, I know he prepares so much, and yeah, it just seemed like he wasn't making any wrong decisions. And Sebastian up 2-0 here. Hera's going to have to win 3 straight. Otherwise, no bye into the quarterfinals for him. I'm beginning to realize there's quite a few people who have earned channel points here who are very disappointed in today's results. Some people are being bankrupted with the salmon. But yeah, the food eco, the gold eco, like this is just perfect. This game was a perfect game. It was a flawless game from Sebastian down to every single little detail. All right, so we're restarting. There was lag for Hera in the previous game. And no issue, no restart, much to Twitch chat's frustration. It was kind of crazy. Hera's like, lag, let's re it. Sebastian's like, all right, whatever. Sebastian's like, I'm not going to take a free win. That's stupid. So back to what I was saying. On this map, you've got the fish on the outside, right? But all the deep fish are really far away. So with the deep fish being super far away, your initial dock is not very efficient. And it's bad enough where we oftentimes see people build a transport ship because that's the only way to get out here, and then build another dock, and then you can go for the heavy fish. So the fishing is an option, but it's not nearly as big of an option. You notice Hera on this re goes around the outside instead of through the middle. I mean, I'm sure there was lag, but also the whole scalding pattern is completely changed. Instead of going through the middle, lag didn't make you go through the middle, but it's fine. And Sebastian is going to add the fishing ship, so will Hera. And the question is, will we see like a barracks? Because like if you have the deep fish, you can fund man-at-arms much easier. It's less justifiable to go for the man-at-arms because you don't have deep fish and you also don't have deer. Sebastian, please run into his TC and say lag. That'd be so funny. No. Also, there's a path that takes you to the enemy TC. Losing your scout on this map was just... must have been some really bad lag. So. So, I think the last time I saw Sebastian play this map, he didn't go infantry. And he went transport, and he went for the early outside fish. I don't have any memories of watching Hera play this. Hera didn't have to qualify for this event. I actually think this is the first time he's played this. At least, like, in the tourney. He might have done some prep sessions. And they're both doing the same builds here. So, we've got the fishing ship and the transport, and we've got the fishing ship and the transport here. So, but yeah, back to my joke. I was saying, like, I was saying that I joked that, like, whoever created this map hates players because I didn't think about adding the transport ship being efficient. I thought it would never be worth it, and it is worth it. Super worth it. And then it makes more interesting because you've got these outside islands all connected to each other via land. But then you also have the Navy. And there's the barracks from Hera, so he'll still try and think about some infantry. And wow, things are really at the limit here. But if he can click up, and he does, and he can still afford the upgrades, which the Dravidians should be able to do, because they have the discounted barrack technologies. This could be really nice. It's nice, too, because you get some pressure. And, the scouts are engaging. Who wins it, guys? Oh, Hera backs away. There we go. Okay, we had someone clarifying in chats. As they said on Memstream, that this Chilean server does lag from time to time. You lag out and you can't pause the game, so they were okay with the re. All right, there's your information on the whole lag thing. Some people in Twitch are trying to make an issue out of it. It's clearly not an issue. They're just right into the next game. It is what it is. Again, the path goes right to the TC. Right to the TC. So, like, I think if Hera's eyes are functional, and Hera's eyes are functional, that probably wouldn't have happened. But it was weird. It was, like, weird how matter of fact it was. I will agree. Yeah, big fishing chips for Sebastian. It looks like Fast Castle is his plan. And Hera's about to be in Feudal Age, and oh, dude. This is gonna be painful for Sebastian. Maybe I'm wrong, but Hera's going full send. Now, it's a tricky map because there's no... Oh, no, I'm wrong, actually. There is stone here. So if Hera wants more stone for towers, he can. I want to see Hera go for Arson. I am very pro-Arse. Arson in this tech. In the game. It's cheaper, and you destroy buildings faster, so I think Hera should be going for that. Behind it, though, he's still adding economy, so it feels like he's going to go for archer ranges. And Sebastian's still 80 seconds away from the next stage, and he just got to wall out this pressure. Really weird to me. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think Arson is just a no-brainer here when it's this cheap. I don't know. Hera's not actively attacking there, but I think that's because he's still adding the fishing ships. He doesn't want to be too far behind there. Sebastian has 11 fishing ships and counting. And Hera's going to walk through. But the wood and the gold are all on the same side for Sebastian. So if Hera does run through, Hera would have to go this way. Oh, guys, really fun fact here. This stump, 36 wood. Hera has 4 villagers. So if he takes down this palisade, there is a non-zero chance that he could actually go through. I think Sebastian would notice it and drop a wall. But it could happen. Sebastian didn't drop a mill, so he would need... His market and blacksmith would be delayed. But maybe he just goes for a tower. Maybe he goes for an archer range. This does delay the build, though. If you want to go fast castle, you kind of need that mill. And he's so healthy on the fishing eco, he's forgotten it. Hera runs in, snipes a villager. And, okay, nice wall from Sebastian. The tower's going to go up. Sebastian under some pressure here, and Hera's aggression has worked out so far. Again, the units can run around and go right underneath this tower, but not if Sebastian quick gates. And he does, but Hera's through anyways. Sebastian will fight it back, and then he's going to be in and out. Oh, man, this is so much pressure. Game plan's been perfect from Hera. It feels like a big attack, but compared to the rest of economy he has behind this is actually very low investment. So it's low investment, lots of pressure on Sebastian, and Sebastian's crumbling a little. We could lose this tower here. Blacksmith and archer range will be up. Then he'll have the buildings, but look at Hera's resources. More docks from him. Chat is saying lag and re. You guys are too much, dude. You guys are too much. Calm down, guys. Oh my god. Well, listen, anytime I lose a unit, it's because there was lag. And anytime my opponent loses a unit, it's because I'm more skilled. Agreed? Agreed. But no, it is true. So they added a new server, which is like a big plus. But I've heard the new server isn't exactly very stable. So I haven't really played on it too much, but apparently that's a thing. Sebastian's got 7 on stone, so it feels like the plan is to get to a castle and then maybe fire archers. Hera has made some navy, but Hera's navy is pretty far away, or was pretty far away from getting any value. We're going to see it get here now, and Sebastian will react with the immediate garrison, but nice blocking from Hera. You can only fit 5 fishing ships inside, but Sebastian can make some hulks right now. Honestly, the fact that Sebastian's tower is still standing is really impressive. I thought he was going to lose this, and Hera lost his man-at-arms, and that puts Hera under a lot more pressure than I was expecting there. Yeah, I also think Hera's internet's been funky as well, as far as like the lag stutter things concerned, because I've seen Hera have a lot of like weird lag spikes. So, like even talking to Hera on Discord for an interview, he would lag from time to time. So, yeah, I want to know where Sebastian builds his castle. I want this castle to be as far forward while still taking down these towers as possible. So if you take down this tower, then you can just build the castle like right where the tower stands, basically, and then you have full coverage for the middle. But if you don't want to wait, you could build the castle maybe up here still. Hera doesn't have a lot to deny that. The Hera will be late to Castle H. Remember, winner here moves into the quarterfinals with it gets a bye in the round of 12, loser in the playoffs, but into the round of 12. Hera's pretty used to getting those buys into the quarters. So this would be a good result for Sebastian. But guys, you guys don't realize, like, Sebastian put so much time in prep. Maybe more than anyone left in this main event. I don't know everyone's situation, obviously. It's tough to know everything, but I just know about Sebastian. And yeah, he's just always in such a good position because of his preparation and because of his skill. Now, he wanted to go forward castle. He bailed on that idea. He loses his archers. Hera's going for a longsword. This castle has to go up fast for Sebastian. I don't expect Sebastian to have any losses here. He'll house wall and palisade wall. He'll house wall and palisade wall. He'll do none of that. Well, no, he will palisade wall, and now he'll gate, and now he has trapped Hera. Now Hera's units are trapped, and they can't actually get out. Wow. All part of the plan. Sebastian's villager does go down, but the longswords are trapped, and fire archers are going to be on the way. And, oh, Hera got 2 vill kills, though. Hera's laughing right now. That's fine. If someone wants to trap me and lose 2 villagers in the process, I'm completely fine with that. I don't know how on earth that gate villager got attacked, but it did. Fire archers, very good against buildings. And there's... The buildings for Hera are not too far away. There's still the fights on water where Sebastian's got some hulks. Hera's got some hulks. Lots of hulking. That's probably not the way to say it, but you know what I mean. What's good against hulks would be galleys, but I don't think galleys are very easy to group up here. It's still very messy, so it's going to be a whole lot of hulks. Hera's Civ has faster firing skirms, so skirms are a very good option for him. Fire archers are just kind of underwhelming in most instances if they're not combined with some mangonels. Got to keep a close eye on those fishing ships. And are they relocating to additional docks? I like the wall here from Sebastian tells me, again, he's very well prepared. That funnels everything in towards the middle where he's got the control. Sebastian's still moving with his hawks. Will he find some fish? Hera's focused on land right now. Or maybe he's focused here. That's a good fight from Hera. The Hera reacts and jumps into the dock. 62 pop for Sebastian. 61 pop for... Hera, and that's now 60 pop because he loses the monk in the middle. Octos' T90. I've never understood Dravidians being selected so early in every tournament. I know they have good fish eco, but what units do they make if they're Hera? Bombard cannons, skirmisher, arbalest, and eco. The problem with Dravidians is they don't have a lot of, like, comeback conditions if they fall behind. But if you're good enough to never fall behind, it's an amazing civ. There's a reason everybody picks it. So good on maps where you have a combination of water and land. And even, like, cheap mangonels here can be a really nice failsafe. Couple conversions in the middle for Sebastian. Middle's going well for him. This is not, though. He's losing his fishing eco. But Hera also lost some fishing eco. They're both really low on fishing ships. And Sebastian would love to take that relic, but another monk dies picking up the relic. Only it's Sebastian's this time. And game is pretty close, but the skirm count is going to be more the issue here. Look at the amount on food for both of them, too. Look how many vills Sebastian has in queue. My God. That's crazy. How does he have the food to have 10 vills in queue? I guess he's not making skirms. He doesn't have the Shu mangonels now. It's just a Wu mangonel, which is not nearly as exciting, but it is a mangonel at the end of the day. And Hera needs his own siege, but maybe possibly a little late to the siege workshop. I think with Hera's micro, he's still going to be able to give himself enough time. One mangonel's not enough against Dravidian skirms. Look how fast they fire. Monk's there to heal it up as well. Yeah, Hera's not bothered at all. Honestly, I think this game comes down to this fight. Because the fishing eco doesn't really matter anymore. Oof, big shots from Sebastian. It really does feel all about this middle hill. It's like a micro scenario now. Oh, man. Sebastian with more good engagements. And in a mangonel war, you always want the hill. Sebastian will have the hill now. I think he needs to only be sitting on top of the hill. All of Hera's skirmishers went down. Outside Hera, I don't know what happened here. The scout actually must have killed the villager that was building this TC. And Hera can't get back out there because his transport ship needs to bring the vills. All while he needs the siege here as well. And Hera's siege workshop is going to be pretty weak. And Sebastian's put on alert too. He sees the repairs. He knows there's going to be a mangonel. Hera could lose this game and lose the series right here. All right, Hera's got to get the perfect uphill attacks. Okay, the flag is there. Hera will attack the mangonel to weaken it so he can get an uphill shot. That's what he has to do. But Sebastian should know once he gets attacked what's going to happen. And he keeps noticing the skirms running in and he's sniping the repair vills. Does Hera have enough? He's got a lot on water, but the middle lands control and Sebastian pre-micros. Like, he expected it right then because he was taking down the siege workshop and he knew the unit was going to eject. That was insane micro from Sebastian and not the first time. Hera now needs another siege workshop, but I would have liked to see a little bit of forward thinking there to build this before the other one went down. Again, Hera still does need to get the villagers to go complete that TC. Sebastian's had his TC on the outside for a minute. Hera's main base getting pushed. Tight choke point to run in, though, if you're Sebastian. You actually... this is not what you want in a mangonel war, to be stuck in a situation where you can't move around. It's not exciting, but I actually think you back up and you take down the barracks first because this is too tight of a choke point. If Hera gets your units trapped in there, one mangonel can hop out and ruin your day. Hera will complete the TC. Hera's adding more fish again. He's got the bigger navy now, so... and that navy's important. Like, controlling all these additional islands is huge. I love the outposting from Sebastian. He consistently will have one, so he knows... Ooh, big shot. He knows that Hera's going to have the siege, and he can see it, right? Can Sebastian ever get the economy to go Imperial Age from here? And is recovering on the water an option too? I don't know. We're really hurt for Hera to lose fish right now. He's actually sending fishing ships where that one unit is. Obviously, Sebastian sent it there. Hera's got to notice, and he's not noticing that one Hulk. The value from Sebastian. Hulk is doing some real work here. Hera will just be transporting villagers away. This was always going to be the toughest game. This is Sebastian's home map. Sebastian's micro. Again, good. God tier micro. He'll lose it. Oh! No, okay. Hera ends up getting the kill. Still really good micro from Sebastian. Remember, Hera's military is mainly Navy. So, yeah. It's not a good situation on land. But if he can defend with Siege, like, Siege can kill all of this. So, with good micro, with just mangonels, he can hold and eventually come back, in theory. See how Sebastian doesn't trust this choke? So many people, when they get Hera in these positions, they push too much, and then they overextend, and then they eventually throw. Sebastian, every time he gets that slight lead on Hera, he just waits. And again, good micro. Takes down another mangonel, and Hera's still under a lot of pressure. There's another TC for Hera. He did end up killing that Hawk. His fishing eco isn't what it could be. Sebastian, is he going to transport? Bro. You're not going to try this right now. Is he going to... Oh, my God. He's going to try and get to the outside, which is so epic if he can get there. But, like, there's a lot of unknown because Hera's got Navy, right? Oh, man. Like, if he gets out here, Hera's never expecting it. Hera thinks the islands are all his. Hera's essentially having to leave this island because he's being pushed away by the amazing pressure from Sebastian, which will continue. And another Mangonel goes down, and Hera's TC is about to go down. Will the Fire Archers make a move? Dude. Dude. The timing on this. I mean, Hera is dropping a TC there. Hera needs to get the transport ship over because these villagers at the starting TC are going to be dead soon. The monks are dead. The TC is going to be dead. Ah, this is bothering me, dude. Hera should be patrolling the shoreline, but, like, he also needs to save a bunch of vills, and he has to rebuild another siege workshop. And the Fire Archers are here. That's such a big play. That's crazy. I would, if I didn't practice it, I would play with a lot of fear, and I would never transport because I'd think that I would lose it to the Navy. And Hera doesn't even see it. Now he does. But what does he do about it? Can he fit another siege workshop out here? Can Hera get a Hero Mangonel? Hero Mangonel time. That's a 1-for-1. That's not a hero. That's a zero. That's a 0. I guess that evens out. How is Hera going to farm on these islands? He really can't, so he's going to need to fish. Sebastian still able to get town centers up here. I think he might have ran from this TC over here. It's a weird situation in this game. But I think Sebastian should just go to the Imperial Age now. The weird thing is Fire Archers are really good against Navy, guys. So you actually can use the Fire Archers on the shoreline and take down Navy and allow yourself to redock. And Hera taps. Sebastian, 3-0 sweep over Hera, who's the tournament favorite. Sebastian played incredible today. So well prepared, so well prepped. What a great strategy here. Honestly, I thought Hera's build was really, really good. Opening with Man-at-Arms and pressuring, winning the water. Like, water's obviously hugely valuable, but he just wasn't able to control the middle of the map. Sebastian's so good with military control in the center of maps. We saw it in games 2 and game 3 with crossbows and siege, and he's patient when he needs it. He's patient, when he needs it. Now, Hera's still in this event. Hera losing is not a sight that people are used to seeing, but Hera will still be in the playoffs, and Hera could still win the whole thing. So, don't get excited for Sebastian, but we don't quite have a new champion yet. All right? But, dude, Sebastian's got to be thrilled, man. He played so well. Moves into the quarterfinals. Hera will be in the round of 12. Here's just a quick look at what the tournament bracket looks like. This is the situation here. Actually, it doesn't tell us anything because it's not set yet. But Hera basically falls into these spots. And then Sebastian was in one of these spots. We just don't know where or what that looks like yet. So, yeah, lots of Age of Empires to be played. A lot of these other sets up on screen are going to be played as well. I'm only going to be covering a little bit of this because I will be away. Having some basically I've got a wedding party trip with friends this upcoming week. But yeah, good game. Good set. Congrats to Sebastian.